Hello, everyone. This is Bennett, your fantasy football commish, with the Week 2 Fantasy Football Weekly Recap. Pretty exciting week, as always, in the NFL. I didn't get to watch too much football because I was up driving on my way to New York City to visit the in laws. We had Rosh Hashanah dinner. Lashana Tova, Happy New Year to all my Jewish team owners out there. For you non Jewish team owners, that's Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish holiday and the Jewish New Year. So I did have family commitments, wasn't able to watch too much football, but I did, of course, keep up with it on my iPhone the whole drive down, and I'm never too far away from the fantasy football fantasy cast ticker. So I'm always up to date with how my team's doing, even if I'm not in front of a TV. So let's get to the recap here. We had a couple close games here. Probably the game of the week featured husband and wife competitors. You got beat by a girl and the Spring Street Stallions. Was looking pretty good for Spring Street Stallions going into Monday night. Was down by about 20 points, but had Julio Jones and Peyton Manning both coming off excellent weeks. Who knew that Peyton Manning would throw 3 interceptions in the first quarter? And of the 3 touchdowns the Broncos scored, only one of them would be passing, the other two were rushing. And of course, as well, Julio Jones, who came off a great week against Kansas City, and this week, I guess, was Roddy White's turn, who had an amazing game. I did watch the Monday night game, of course, being a Falcons fan and being home. And Roddy White was just amazing, and so was Tony Gonzalez. So Julio Jones just happened to be the odd man out. So instead of getting the 20 points and overtaking, you got beat by a girl, only got 8 and 5 points respectively from Peyton Manning and Julio Jones, and ended up the Stallions ended up losing 143-135. So good job, Sarah, hanging on for the victory. One of only 2 teams to be 2-0 in the season so far. In spite of a not a great day from Aaron Rodgers or Matt Forte, just a nice steady day, with RG3 having another good day. So nice win for you got beat by a girl. Next closest game was the Idaho Darth Taters getting the 151-136 victory over Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy. Didn't really come down to the Sunday or the Monday night game, but the Darth Taters won in spite of mediocre days from Tom Brady and Joe Flacco and Adrian Peterson and Steven Jackson, but yet Dwayne Bowe and Danny Amendola with 30-plus points each really helped. And even with Drew Brees and Eli Manning having great days, the rest of the team just didn't quite stack up for the Finkel's Kicking Academy. So they lose 136-151. Guess Randy Moss and Andre Johnson with single-digit points didn't help. So good job, Ron and Jacob, for your first victory, and both teams are 1-1. Here's a shout out to our high scorer of the week, Greg and Catherine Forrest of the CT Calvinators. First team to get 200 points on the season, and that's with the tight end Aaron Hernandez going out and getting I think a concussion or something, and not getting any points. It was just a nice steady point total. Hakeem Nicks, 36 points. This was interesting because each team had one of the giant receivers who both had just monster days. So they sort of canceled each other out, and the Calvinators still ended up getting 51 net more points from everyone else on the team. Just a nice steady day from Cam Newton and Matt Ryan. C.J. Spiller had the big day along with Nicks, and then Tony Gonzalez with a nice game Monday night. So 200 points on the nose for the Calvinators, and one of the only and they're the other 2-0 team in the league so far. Chicago Travelers fall to 0-2, a little bit of a tough luck loss. Scored a nice amount of points, 149, but was the team that played the team that scored the most points. So you're always going to lose if you don't score the most points, and you play that team. So hopefully the Travelers, for their sake, will get back on track next week. A little bit disappointing day from Tony Romo, Matt Schaub, and Chris Johnson, just all with nothing special days there. So good job, Calvinators. You're 2-0. We also have the Slim Aussies getting the second highest point total of the week, 178, defeating the Cartel. The Cartel go to 0-2, but I do have to give Gallo credit. It does look like he's going to keep up with his team. Wasn't able to get Greg Jennings out of there Thursday night, so he got 0 points from Greg Jennings, but did dump Skelton, the quarterback for the Cardinals, and put in Ryan Tannehill for the Dolphins in time for the Sunday games. So even though Tannehill is nothing special with being a rookie quarterback, at least Gallo got somebody who was playing, and Ryan Tannehill got 20 points. So good job there. LaShawn McCoy just didn't do anything, and obviously Greg Jennings missing the game didn't help either. For the Slim Aussies, even with Cutler's bad game and Brandon Marshall only getting 4 points, a nice steady all-around effort from most of his other players, or most of my other players. Michael Vick got me 23 points. Andrew Luck had a good day, 20 points. McGahee got 2 touchdowns at 27, and Percy Harvin had nice 24. So just an all-around nice day, and a nice 178-147 win for the Slim Aussies. My record is now 1-1, and the Cartel 0-2. The only other game is the Third and Oolong winning. Of course, my screen just went down. Bear with me. Defeating the Oceanside Lionesses 146-99. This is just one of those weeks for the Lionesses. Just not a good day for really anyone except Roddy White. Jay Cutler, already talked about him, only had 3 points. Darren McFadden, nothing. Des Bryant, 4 points. Larry Fitzgerald, 1 point. So just overall, just a really, really mediocre day. Those things happen in fantasy. I don't necessarily think that means that the team is that bad, just one of those days. So, and Third and Oolong gets their first win of the year with nice days from both quarterbacks, Rivers and Roethlisberger, and a huge day from Reggie Bush. So they get the 146-99 victory. So only 2 weeks into the season, still plenty of time left. Enjoy it. You got beat by girls, now leading the Mish division at 2-0 with the Slim Aussies and the Stallions at 1-1. CT Calvinators, they go to 2-0, and everyone else in the Mash division at 1-1. And the Calvinators have the league high in point total for the year at 377. And you got beat by a girl, only 299 points, but yet 2-0. So that's all that matters. So hope everyone has a good week. Don't forget that we have Thursday night games every week, so get your Thursday players in or out by game time. And don't forget to send me your league dues, $25. You can send it by check or money order to 4 Adams Lane, which is in West Hartford, Connecticut, 06117. Thanks to those who have already paid, and if you haven't paid, go ahead and send your money in as soon as possible. I'd appreciate it. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you for the recap next Tuesday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.